Afternoon, everybody. John Ross here with the John Ross Show for April 28th, 2025. It's getting near the end of April, and today it's running about 84 degrees outside. 84 degrees outside. It is pretty wild, and we'll take that. Just so we don't have any storms or anything coming, but we'll take that. Uh, so we're at day 98 of the Trump presidency 2.0, day 98. So you will say, well, John, that's the way that goes. But we've been talking about a few things here and there, and it's day 98 of the Trump presidency. This is this picture's from 2018 of Trump signing some executive something. And so we're at 98 of Trump 2.0. Now, there's so many things we could talk about, and I'm going to show you one thing here that it just came up in the last day. New polling on Trump. 71% of Americans call U.S. economy condition poor. CNN had a lot of numbers on different parts of polling, and they were all not good for Donald Trump. They were all under 50%. They were down, and right now his approval rating in the first 100 days is about the worst. I think it is the worst for any current or recent president since Reagan. Even his numbers are just way down, and some of the stuff you can go through. I was going to go through, I've gone through so many things. We talked about cancer and how he's cut out the war on cancer. Now, some of these things, here's the big thing. We don't know how much have been brought back or where they're at. That's some of the problem here, right? We know about deportations, where they're at. That due process is not there. They even have taken out children that are U.S. citizens and deported them. And they want to play with that, and it's just horrible. The deportations due process, what are the courts going to rule? That's coming up. We have about Ukraine. Can Trump really change his tune on Ukraine? Maybe he is. He met in Rome with Zelensky, the Polish president, and that was great that he met with him. And so that was a good thing that he met with him. And that was during the Pope's funeral time that Trump met with the Ukrainian president, and maybe he's sounding a different tune now. And that's good. We thank for the Pope, who done quite a bit of good things, and he talked about the refugee. When the church doesn't want to talk about the refugee, I think it's in trouble. And many of my Protestant friends better start talking about the refugee, or they might be forgotten, really. And we got to talk about the refugee because Jesus was a refugee. And Jesus said, I was a stranger and you welcomed me. That's what we want to do. We want to welcome people. And we want to be a welcoming community. And that is very, very good. So hopefully we've been talking about the teachings of Jesus and Trump 2.0. I know it's sometimes I haven't done as good as I should have, and I'm sorry on that. And we got to do better on that. And we want to show that we can change, we can do things, we can be salt and light. That's what Matthew tells us to be. And Deuteronomy 24:17. Now you say, we don't have to think about the refugee or foreigner. Well, true justice must be given to the foreigners living among you. That's what God said to the Israelites, and he says that to us too. That's just not for the Israelites, that's for us too. We got to treat the foreigner with justice. And that's what Trump 2.0, his biggest failing. We haven't treated people with justice. And we can talk about many things. We go about Medicaid, Medicare. We can also talk about the disruption to Meals on Wheels. I don't know the whole quote status, but I don't think it's good for Meals on Wheels or Head Start. I've heard that last week. I don't have the numbers on that, but that doesn't look good for those. What the people voted for Trump wanted to get rid of Head Start and Meals on Wheels. And they wanted to get rid of Medicaid. I don't know about that. I think they just wanted a better economy, some of them said. And so Trump has done stuff with refugees. I haven't brought up in a while about World Relief. How the refugees, we got to remember World Relief, friends at World Relief. How are they being treated? Are refugees, and that's another thing we should be talking about, our refugees. So there's so many things that Trump 2.0 in the first 100 days have touched. The slashing of government workers for no reason, VA people, cancer research, universities. You've heard the list. We're just bringing it up here. The 100 days. What did he do? He destroyed a good economy and makes us more anxious. This is not good. It's not good. And Wednesday will be 100 days. We'll be back with 100 days, and we'll see what we can talk about more. We're trying to get some guests on the law part. I'm working on one. We'll see if we can get someone soon on that, a lawyer friend on justice and and just have just how we can have justice in the courts and have to have everybody as due process. That's the word I was thinking about, due process. So that's what we're going to be talking about, due process, and hopefully we'll have a guest real soon here on that topic. And that's a very important topic for all of us, that we all have due process. And so until we meet again, I want to just say until we meet again, hopefully on Wednesday. On Wednesday, I just want to say we'll talk some more about these first 100 days. I probably should have a little listing here of some of the things. We'll try to see if we can do a little more definitive on Wednesday on the first 100 days of Donald Trump and what he has done. And we know our economy is not in great shape now because of the tariffs and other things. We haven't seen all the ramifications, so it's hard to pull this all together yet because we haven't seen all the results. but they're out there, and the Social Security is another one, and Medicaid, and we'll just see what happens here in the next days. So, till we meet again, I just wanted to say to all you out there, bye bye now, and we'll see you soon. And we'll just keep your chin up, and we're going to keep fighting for these things. And if we need, we should call our congressmen or our senators. If it's appropriate, I think some of these things we should do that. And we're hopefully going to be more resistance to these things in the days ahead. And there's been demonstrations, etc., in the western suburbs of Chicago and in Chicago, and I think there'll be more coming up. So, thank you very much for listening these few moments. Keep the faith, and we'll talk again. And God bless you all out there, and have a great rest of the day here. So, bye bye now until we see you again on, Lord willing, on Wednesday. Bye bye now.